Hello, today we're going to be talking about free percussion libraries. And when I say percussion, I'm talking more about drums, things we're hitting, metal, not marimbas, celestes, and glockenspiels, that sort of thing. So we'll be focusing just really on drums, and we'll do another video about the marimbas and more tuned percussion. We're just looking at really untuned percussion, and we're going to be comparing 5 different free sample libraries for this. Firstly, we're going to be looking at 2 by Orchestral Tools, Dynamo, which literally just came out yesterday, which prompted this video. We're going to be looking at their older one, Gearbox. Again, all these are free to download. We are then going to be going on to Percussion, which is a labs instrument, so free to download there. A common one on this channel, the BBC Discover. We're going to be specifically looking at just the percussion there and comparing it to everything else. And then finally, what would a video be by me if we didn't include a Logic instrument too? So we're just looking at the orchestral kit, which comes with Logic Pro X. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's start with the Orchestral Tools one, especially this new one. I haven't even looked at it at all, so this will be really interesting to see. So let's have a look. So instantly, let's click Browse. We can see we have a few mic positions, close, main, and room for most of them. And we have a nice wide range of instruments. If we click single hits and crescendos, interesting. Okay, let's jump right in. Let's go with our close snare. So a number of different sounds, round robins. We have quite a few round robins actually. And what I like with Orchestral Tools, they always seem to do that little sort of small trill sound with their percussion instruments. So 2 different snares. There you go, and lots of round robins, 6 round robins, which is nice. I think we'll find with the labs percussion that there isn't any round robins, so instantly this, and maybe with the orchestral kit in Logic. So it's really nice to see, even though it's free, round robins are extremely important to have, and it's something I particularly look for, especially with paid ones. And 6 is a really good number. So that's nice to see right there. And with our mic positions, we haven't even got the close one on. Let's just listen to that. Oh, that's really close. Nice little bit of room. Main's really nice. Close mixed in with some main is quite nice actually. Let's look at the crescendo. So different length of crescendo there, 3 different ones, 3 round robins. Saves you having to do it with single hits, something there, and it's definitely something very common I do with my snare is those crescendos, so absolutely perfect to have, especially in a free library. Let's, without further ado, move on to the next one, the Snare Ensemble. Right, so it looks like we have 2 different hits, 6 round robins. And we have rolls, which I really like, because the problem with the crescendos, sometimes you just can't get the length you want. So with the rolls, you can really do that yourself. And using the dynamic, I believe. Yeah, if you use the mod wheel, you can control the dynamic. That's really nice. And it has that nice little bit at the end. So you hear that release. That's really nice actually. Just thinking about it, this really compares quite nicely to a lot of paid ones. Mixer, yeah, kind of the same different mic positions. That close is going to sound. Oh, that's really nice stereo field actually. Stick them all in. I really like that. I really like the release on that as well. Let's move on. Kick drum ensemble. Ooh. Lots of round robins, 4 dynamic layers. Nice bit of bass there. That's the sound I look for in a kick drum. That's gorgeous. I love that. And mic positions again. There's your room, your main, close. Don't like the close, but that main, really nice. That's a really nice kick drum sound. Let's move on again. Gran Casa. Might be pronouncing that wrong. Again, 2 sounds. Wow, lots of, look how many dynamic layers you have there. Ooh. Really flexible there. 2 round robins, but the amount of dynamic layers you have there. Really nice, really like that. Let's listen to the close by itself. Ooh, that room. I think the room is my favorite there. Let's move on. Low Tom Ensemble. Six dynamic layers, 6 round robins. Can you really go wrong? 6 dynamic layers and 6 round robins. You're not gonna have that shotgun effect unless you're really trying. Like, that's perfect. I love that. That's really nice. Okay, and I guess very similar with the different mic positions. Listen just to the close. That close is nice. It's really hit and miss with the closes with this library. I really like the stereo field on that. Main, just that little bit further. Room, even a little bit further than that. Ah, those are mic positions. I am loving this library. Okay, mid Toms Ensemble. They seem to have, of course, they have 2 different toms. Yeah, sounds nice. I like it. Mic's probably very similar to the other ones. Ooh, a bit more low end with that one. Ooh, I would highly recommend having the close of that, just because it gives it a nice little bit of low end, like with the close, without the close. Just gives it a bit more of a thump. Right, again, let's move on. We've got a lot to get through today. So, high toms. There's so much to choose from as well. They've done a lot with this little library. Wow, look how many round robins you have there. You have 8 and 6 dynamic layers. And I bet you they haven't got the close on. Again, nice bit of low end, main by itself, and room by itself. Very roomy. I love that close mic. Really nice. Dun Ensemble. Something different. 6 and 6. I like that. I'm loving every single instrument here. That's a bit different to your usual percussion you see as well. I think this is going to trump absolutely everything we see today, actually, just because the amount of variation we have. And I know the Labs one is just one patch. This is multiple and multiple mic positions. Let's listen to the close with this. Oh, we should probably select something. Bit of low end. Nice bit of room there. Wow. It's crazy, and this is free. Okay, let's move on. Danger. Okay. I like the fact they had two. They could have easily just done this one down here, but they actually decided to do one up and down because it's really nice, especially on a keyboard. If you just, I'm just playing one. Let's play both together. You can really get a bit of variation and have both hands playing around, because when you're tapping a drum, you got two hands, you're going like this, and on a drum, especially a drum like this, and on the keyboard, you can do something very similar to what you kind of do on the drum. I really like how they've done that. It's very clever. 6 and 6. What more do you want? There's some paid libraries you won't even get this many dynamic layers and round robins. Like, come on. Let's look at this close mic. Really, this is just to add that little bit more of a click to that main. Yeah. Yeah, there's the biggest difference between the close and main, and then there's a subtle difference between the main and the room, but all have their purpose and all are sounding great. These libraries are getting better and better with this project. All right, Tympani Ensemble, this should be fun. 3 dynamic layers, yeah, and 3 round robins. Bit of a pitch down there. If that's the sound you're looking for, there you go. Out of everything so far, my least favourite, especially kind of pitches down a bit. Listen to our individual mics. A lot of bass. A lot more space. That works. Yeah, that close works really nicely with that main. Right then, next. Timpani Super Balls. Not something you'll hear me say often. Oh, okay, there's a lot going on here. These are so useful. And what's interesting, the Spitfire percussion library, which I basically use on everything if I need percussion, has something very similar to this. But they only have, I want to say, 6, 7, 8, but they're not as good as these. Just instantly off the bat, I can tell you, I'll do a quick comparison just so you can compare a fully paid product, which is, you're looking 200 plus quid, 200-300 quid, and just comparing them to the ones you get for free. So let's look at these paid ones first. Quite quiet, quite subtle. And similar mic positions. This one, yeah, is a lot bigger room. And then compare those with the ones you get in here. And this one you can really hold down for a lot longer. The other ones don't loop, it's a single shot. These ones, I feel like, yeah, I'm still holding it down. And there's still a slight bit in the background. And there's a close. I feel like a horror film. The quality on that, it does cut slightly at the end, but you can probably adjust that here. Yeah, that's absolutely beautiful. And I can see myself reaching for this over a paid product if I want this sort of effect. That's absolutely amazing. That's crazy. I'm loving this. Right, let's keep going. Wow, that's crazy. Let's have a look. A little bit loud. Some 2 round robins. Okay, 3 dynamic layers. There you go. Bit of some cymbals. Let's look at these ones. Yep, slightly different. And we don't have that close mic anymore. Right, we have some crashes. I wish for a bit more loudness. There's your main. Room's nice and spacey. And you have swells as well. So similar to the snare, different length swells. Would it be nice to have a roll, but that could be with another one of the crashes. Overall, very happy. Okay, yeah, same with this one. Let's replace this out. So single hits. Different swells. Let's look at our mixer. Room. Main. Room, I feel, is panned kind of over that way, while the main is a bit more central. There's definitely some nice panning going on there. Okay, next, tandem. One round robin, but do you really want multiple round robins with this sort of sound? But you do have 4 dynamic layers. Really hard to go quiet though. I'm touching this really quietly. And that's still very loud. Okay, not really feeling those dynamic layers there. Let me get rid of these ones. There you go. That's quite a nice little sound. Not really translating those layers quite well, if I'm honest, but they are there. Effects, these should be interesting. I don't know if you could hear that, that's very quiet. I'm loving the effects with this library, like they're so beautiful. So atmospheric. Have a lot of fun with those. Okay, let's move on. Dirty and Natural Tam Ensemble. Bit of a shotgun effect that. I'm struggling with the dynamic layers for some reason. What's interesting is you do have the different dynamic layers there, and I bet you if we get rid of these, it's there. But no matter how hard I seem to press my keyboard, or how quietly, you're not hearing those quiet ones. Okay, I'll play really hard. Probably hear that through my mic. I'm going to play really quietly. It's not translating, but if I put the snare in from earlier and play different dynamic layers on the same note. So it seems that that function may not be quite working, a little bug, but it's free. And overall, I've been very impressed. So a little bug, especially when it came out yesterday. Come on. Yeah, so dynamic layers are not currently working. And I'm sure they will fix that at some point. So that was the natural sound mixer. Got the room. That was fun. That's the main. This is the room. Nice bit wider stereo field. Bit tighter, bit closer. You feel like your head's in between them. Nice. I like it. Just wish the dynamic layers were working. Right. Hi-hat. I can imagine this is pretty bog standard. Ooh, nice little. I like that one. And there's your dynamic layers. They're working again. Oh, we've got the close mic back. This should be nice. Nice and close. Your main one and your room. Nice bit more space. I like that. It's a hi-hat. We only have single hits. We're going to move on again. Trash Ensemble. I bet this is... Ooh. How many round robins? 3 dynamic layers. There you go. Trash. It's a nice sound. Bells. Bells are always fun. Very quiet. 1 round robin. 1 dynamic layer. But you can see we've got lots of different samples there. Subtle. Quite quiet. Main and room. Bells. There you go. Mark tree. I'm betting it's quite similar actually. Yeah, 1 round robin, 1 dynamic layer. Yeah. You don't really need more than 1 round robin with this sort of thing. A couple different ones to choose from. Nice little stereo field. Main. Room. Not much else to it. And we're nearly done. Wood ensemble. Okay. Dropping in quality. Not what I was expecting. I was expecting more of a wooden block sound. These are more like pre-recorded phrases. Interesting. Here's the room. They're all a bit samey. I don't know what I would use that for, but it's there and it's free. can't go wrong. Ah, this is more what I was thinking about. And we do have the round robins and the dynamic layers. Okay, I take it back. And mixer, main, room, bit more space. I like the subtlety between the two mics. Single hits. There you go, Wood Ensemble 3. I like how these are quite different, so I'm expecting this to be quite different too. Good amount of round robins, good amount of dynamics. Interesting. Doesn't quite sound woody to me. It's a sound. Yeah, the room, I feel it's that way, while the main is a lot more central. Overall, this library, you have to download it. It's free. I keep saying this. What's stopping you? These are great little libraries that they're coming up with, and the fact that they're free, come on. And they've got pretty little pictures as well. The other one they have is more of a studio one, so if your little bass drum, Cajun bongos, shakers, slaps. So a little bit of a different approach. The bass drum, plenty of different dynamics, plenty of round robins. But I really like the bass drum that comes with this one, this kick drum ensemble. Especially when you put that close mic in. And then when we compare that with the one you get over here, this one's a bit more bassy. But you only have the one mix, you don't have multiple. And then you've got your congas. With your 4 dynamic layers, plenty of round robins, and only one mix, so quite simple there. Bongos, these are always fun. Lots of round robins, and 4 dynamic layers. There you go, bongos, and you have rolls as well for that, which your mod wheel controls, but those do come to an end. And with the different bongos, you have very nice, a very different library to the one we just saw, but definitely if you want just that little bit more percussion, use both of them. And as you can see, yeah, we just have the mixes. We don't have multiple mic positions with all of these. But round robins, dynamic layers, you can add your own reverb if need be. I think a lot of these you don't normally come with too many. I know the organ came with a couple of different ones. Beautiful organ, by the way. Brass came with a couple of different positions. Piano came with one. Yeah, so they do have... It's not odd that they have only one mic position, but then again, I keep saying this, but it's true, it's free. Can you really ask for much more? That's a nice pitchy sort of sound. That's nice. This one, and just press down, you get kind of like 2 sounds from that. Nice, nice. Shaker. Different sounds. Rolls are always nice. It saves you so much work doing that. And a lot of the time you just get that shotgun effect, so it's really nice to see These are the two articulations I use the most with percussion instruments, especially this type. Tambourine. Multiple dynamic layers, multiple round robins, and rolls. Different types of rolls, which is really nice as well. And those are all controlled dynamic with the mod wheel. Quite subtle though. Full dynamic right in the bottom. But I guess you can just use the expression control. And I guess there is only MF, there's not multiple dynamic layers with the rolls. Right, body percussion. I think this is the one I don't like the most out of this library. If that's the sound you're looking for, it's there. Multiple round robins, multiple dynamic layers, people doing stuff with the body. Right, claps. A sound we very often need, especially more poppy music. 2 hand claps, 4 hand claps, 2 snaps, 4 snaps. Nice having that variation. Let's see if we can really hear a difference between the 2 and the 4. There is a subtle difference. Yeah. That's nice. Okay, that's handy. Right, 2 snaps. It's a snap. Quite roomy. I would have liked a close mic on that, but there you go. So that's the second one, Gearbox. Must admit, I'm loving Dynamo. That it really is so far a winner here. Now moving on to Percussion by Spitfire Labs. It's only the one patch. I think it's more of an orchestral one, but let's kind of just go through the keyboard and see what we get. So we have variation, tightness, reverb. Tightness is always a very handy thing to have. But with the sign player, you can, of course, adjust all that. So we just quickly open up solo snare. If we want to make it tighter, you can change all that here, and you have so much more control with how you want to edit that. So this is a really nice feature of sign player. Let's move on to the lab one. Start at the bottom. It's quite a nice dry sound. What's nice is this does come with a reverb, so you can make it sound as far back as you want or as close as you want. Multiple dynamic layers. And I think multiple round robins. Doesn't specifically say. But nice little bass drum. Bit more of a kick sound. That definitely does something. Snare. Click. There's always that one. When I was in secondary school in music, we always had those old MIDI keyboards where, I don't know, you had the DJ button and the dictionary button as well, and you just used to go up the keyboard and play all the different sounds. I feel like I'm doing that right now. It's one of those sort of patches where, of course, you've got everything on the keyboard and you just have the funny weird sounds. I guess the advantage to this patch is it's all on one. Again, It is free. You don't have to go through and pick this, that, and the other. There's not a lot of options, but the sounds that you have are nice. You don't have to go as in depth if you're starting out. It's great for that sort of thing. But really, in comparison to Dynamo, is there a comparison? This is more of a comparison to the orchestral kit here, which actually we can see here in the edit window, all the different sounds that comes with, starting from the bottom. Which, just from playing on the keyboard right now, I think I'm actually preferring Logic's than Labs, but they sound very similar. So if you're wanting to upgrade your orchestral kit in Logic to something else, I would not recommend Percussion by Labs, because it's very similar. I'm not noticing much difference, really. Just Orchestral Tools have stolen the show here. But let's have one little look at the BBC Discover Percussion here. We have Untuned and we have Timpani hits. What's nice is, I think, yeah, you've got a full timpani here, while the other ones didn't. But Logic does have its own timpani. So Logic's own timpani, here we go. A lot closer sounding. You can stick a reverb on that. Nice and bassy, while the BBC Discover does have that nice setting. I think there's round robins with this one. And different dynamic layers. So actually, the Logic one kind of wins again there with the timpani hits. And let's look at the untuned percussion. It's very similar, I think, to the Labs one, with it's all on one keyboard, but you do have that really nice space. Your black notes don't do anything. Shotgun effect. I'd say that's definitely a one-up from the Labs version. Not as many sounds, but you have a really nice space. And these are kind of just the instruments you'd expect to find in an orchestra. No rolls either, which is depressing. Right, so I believe we've flown through, especially those last couple ones. You can flick through them yourself, but just kind of having a tinker and a feel for them, you can really see how Orchestral Tools just kind of steals the show here with Dynamo, which literally just came out. But my recommendation out of all of these, I think you already know, is Dynamo. That rhymes. It's great. There's a lot of different sounds there, mic positions, round robins, dynamic layers. What more could you ask for in a free product like this? Yeah, a marimba maybe, but I bet you they'll be coming out with some more tuned percussion soon. Definitely a marimba or something like that. But you can always look on Piano Book. I know they had a big new update on there. If you're looking for more sounds like that, there's some amazing ones on there. So definitely check out Piano Book if you're looking for more tuned percussion or even something like this. But for now, I hope you have enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next video.